Alright, what's up? Part 2. What if Izuku was a Nephalem, however you say it, I don't know how to say it, but it's one of them. What if Izuku was a Nephalem? So yeah, we left off where Izuku and Kaneko was in the room, and Izuku said, Kaneko said, told him to start talking. Yeah, Kaneko told him to start talking, and Izuku was like, oh, that's why. Alright, Kaneko told him to start talking. Alright, now let's get this, start back up type shit. Anyways, Kaneko says, so are you gonna start talking? As Izuku looks at her and says, well, what do you want me to say? As Kaneko looks at him and says, just start talking about anything that you have in your chest. As Izuku looks at her and says, I don't know if I said something different in part 1, like at the end of it, but yeah, we just gonna go with this. But yeah, Izuku says, why would I start talking about to you, to a person that I don't know? As Kaneko looks at him and says, then why did you tell me to come in here then? As Izuku says, he says, there's a power inside of you. As she says, yes, I know. She says her race. I don't know her race. But yeah, she said that. And Izuku says, you have a sister, don't you? As she says, she looks away and says, yeah, I have a sister. Oh. And she says, well, she's not my. As no. Izuku looks at her as he says, what, you don't accept her as your sister or something? Kaneko says no, she just as she says, let me guess, she left you here. As Kaneko looks at Izuku, Kaneko looks at Issei and says, yeah, I guess you can say that. As you know, the night goes on and on as Kaneko and Issei just keep talking as they're actually getting closer and closer. But let's get to a main key in the story. Issei says, well, I guess I can trust you now. As he looks at her and says, but you have to promise me not to tell anyone else. As she looks at her, as she says, yeah, I promise. As Izuku says, fine. As he says, just to be sure that no one's ear hustling on us. He walks over closer to her and he whispers in her ear. He whispers that he's a Nephalem. As she says, what is that? As you know, Issei says, it's something where you're half angel, half half devil. As she looks at him, as Issei just stares at her, thinking in his mind, saying, I shouldn't have said that. Damn it. Drake, what do you think she'll say? She's looking at me crazy. As Kaneko hugs her. Hugs him. And she says, I don't know what you've been through, but my friend Ankana is the same way. And she's had it rough since she was young. As Izuku, I'm gonna say he starts crying. It just plot. I really don't like making my niggas cry whenever I be doing what else, but I do try to do, man. Plot. Gotta add up to the plot, add up to the shit. You feel me? But yeah, Issei, he says, he hugs her as he starts crying. I'm not gonna care. He starts crying. I didn't want to do it, but yeah, he starts crying as he hugs Kaneko tighter. As you know, she like, damn, this nigga hug is shrunk as fuck. But you know, it really doesn't affect her. But like this is the first time she actually felt like a hug, the warmth in a hug. You can say that. But yeah, he says he looks at her and he says we're gonna say his last name is still Hyodo, cause I don't know what the fuck oh wait, no, it's Lucifer. Yep, it's Lucifer. Wait, no. It's Mike. No, fuck. Cause this, I think Sir X's real name is like Sir X Lucifer. That's what they be calling him. So I'm just say like Izuku says, and alright, I'm gonna say in this one it's cause I don't know Lucifer's last name. Michael. No, I forgot who he was before he descended. Fuck. Samael. Yeah, Samael. He gonna say his name is Issei Samael Lucifer. As he says, my name is Issei Samael Lucifer. As she looks at him and says, your dad is Lucifer? As, you know, Issei says, yeah. He says, yeah. Hope that's not a problem. As she says, as Sir X Lucifer? As she looks at him and says, no, not him. He's nowhere compared to my actual father. My father, as he starts ranting and bragging about the stuff that his dad has done. As, I would say bragging. Ooh, that felt, damn, whoa. I wouldn't say bragging, but like he starts ranting on about the stuff his father did and how he's here now. As Issei, he looks at her as he casts a spell on her. And she says, what did you just do? And she stands up in like a fighting position. As Issei says, calm down. All I did was cast a spell on you to make it where you just call my name and I'll be here for you. As she looks at him, and she calms down. And she walks up to him and says thanks and sits back down in the bed. As Izuku looks at her as she whispers, he says, well, I'll be going now. As he whispers in her ear and says, maybe your last name can be Lucifer one day. And that's good Riz. You feel me? You know, I feel like that was a good Riz moment, you know? You know, if it wasn't, then fuck you then. But I feel like that was a good Riz moment. But yeah, Izuku says, you know, he says that as he just dipped, let's say he kisses her cheek and flies away. Now he teleported away though. Now, time travel. Wait, no. I can't make his last name Hyodo. Wait, no, I didn't. Because I forgot Issei was still... Wait, what the fuck am I talking about? No, I'm tweaking. Because I remember watching somebody else with it, and they added another character. But I'm tweaking. Issei was never in this. This was Issei. I'm tweaking. I don't even know. I don't even know what to say, man. Anyways, yeah. So his name is Issei Samael Lucifer. Remember that. Anyways, we time skip to where what's his name? Azazel. He tells one of his minions to go get. He says, "Bring me Issei." As everyone knows who Issei is, and the fallen, and the angels, and the devil. Well, there is a few exceptions. You know, Ria, she was never informed about this, because this was like way before. Like, I'm gonna go cap. Issei is like a couple years older than Kaneko. Like a couple. Like Kaneko, look. I ain't trying to make this no fucking weird shit, but like it's a romance story. Like, all my stories really just be romance for real, man. You know, like, it be a few with action in them. But most of them be romance. Like, they have a clean ass title. The motherfuckers still be romance. You feel me? But yeah, I just love romance. Anyways, he say he's. Oh yeah, no. Before we go to that, Konako is like, I want to say she's like 18. Yeah, 18. That's a good age. The first day of high school, seniors, 18. She's 18, and Issei is like 26. I think that's too high. I'm gonna say Issei is like 20, because I want to make it like a good, like a gap, but I don't want to make it too big of a gap. Yeah, I guess 26 is a decent gap. Because if I was to say 28, or I say 25, he's 25. Well, I don't know. He was 25. He's 25 for sure. So yeah, he says 25, and Chronicle says 18, not 16. 18, 1-8. But yeah, he say we time skip, right? It's Azutan, one of his minions, and yeah, we go to Izuku as he's in heaven. As he says, "Mom, that was your fault. You should have never did that." As he looks at wait, I said Michael was his mom, right? I think I did. But yeah, Michael was his mom. Wait, that means his mom is, because, okay, we're gonna make it where Samael and before Lucifer was fallen and Michael they weren't siblings, because I just realized that was his fucking, like, yeah, they weren't siblings. Yeah, just, if you think about that, just, yeah, I just couldn't. Fucking incest child, that's crazy. Yeah, no, we're not doing it. Yeah, there would be some incest babies and some freaky episodes, but it'll have to be like some Naruto, Sexo Kage. I know y'all like that one. That one was good. I ain't gonna care. I had a fun time talking about that one. Ain't gonna cap. But yeah, Issei, as he turns around and he says, what the hell do you want? As he looks at, oh fuck, I forgot his name. We could call it Remy, because that's the only name I can think of. Because it's in Lucifer, but Remy, yeah, Remy. As he says, what the hell do you want, Remy? As he looks at her, as she, you know, he's getting angry, as she sees glints of purple, as, you know, she says, you need to calm down. As, you know, his eyes actually, like, one of his eyes become purple. As Michael says, Issei, my son, please calm down. As, you know, he looks back at her, as he says, shut up, you have no say in this. As you know, he teleports away. He says, before he teleports, he says, let me leave. He says, I'll leave before I do something I regret. As he teleports away to a wasteland. Or not to a wasteland, but like to like in the forest type shit. He teleports in the forest. But yeah. Now, go back to the angels. As Remy go ahead and says, Mrs. Michael, what did Issei want? Or what were you guys arguing about? As she looks at her and says, it was nothing. As she's about to walk away, as Remy grabs her hand and says, it was obviously something if he was about to, as Issei said, I mean, you know, if he was about to turn to his devil form. As, you know, she looks at her and says, fine. As he takes her into a room. And, you know, Issei told his mom that he had feelings for Kaneko. But, Michael didn't like that. She did not like that at all. She didn't want her son to be with the devil. As, you know, she's getting angry because she's, you know, he's like, how the hell can you tell me not to be with one? And you literally was with one, the strongest one, to be exact. As, you know, as Izuku was just pissed. So he goes to see Konako. Now we back to Issei. As he goes back to see Konako. And because said the fallen angel senses his presence, but everywhere he goes, he didn't go to heaven though. He did not go to heaven, but he did sense his presence. He in the forest he sensed his presence. He went there. Izuku was teleported. Like as soon as he seen Izuku, he teleported. I mean Issei, he teleported. Now we go to Issei as he's in Kaneko's room. As Kaneko okay, Kaneko is in like the meeting room where like all the peerages, like when Issei first, where the meeting room, when Riser had showed up, that part. As Issei, he looks at Issei, he's in Kaneko's room. As she hears them screaming. She hears Kaneko screaming, saying, I don't care what you think, Riz. As Riz says, you can't do it. It doesn't make any sense. He's an angel. And as Kaneko says, you don't know what he is. Shut up. As Riz says, Riz, she looks angry at Kaneko. As, she says, you dare disrespect me. After I took you in, after I did all these things for you. As she started listing off things, as Kaneko says, I never asked you to. You did that by yourself. You took care of me. I never asked you to do that. My big sister was there for me. As Kaneko, like she stutters. As Issei, he's about to come out. As Ria says, she was never there for you. She left you alone to die, and I saved you. She left you alone, Kaneko. As Kaneko looks down and starts crying and says, I don't care. You don't tell me who I can love and can't. As she says, you aren't my father. As she says, she looks at Kaneko and says, you don't even know who your father was. As she runs to her room, saying, I hate you. And as she's in there, she slams the door and she turns around crying as she feels a warm embrace around her. And she looks up and says, Issei, what are you doing here? And she wipes her eyes and Issei says, why were you crying? As, she says, I wasn't. Why are you here in my room? Get out. As he says, he's taken aback. He's like, damn. As he says, why? I just came to see you. As she looks at him and says, we can't see each other anymore. Riz forbid it. As Izuku, who says, she did, huh? As he goes and locks the door and says, he goes and locks the door. As he says, she doesn't have to find out. As he looks at her, as Kaneko looks at him, as she jumps at him, kind of like she jumps at him and she wraps her arms and legs around him as Izuku's holding her. As she just she says fine. As Izuku plops down on the bed. Now I know what y'all thinking. 18 plus scene, hell yeah. Guess what? It's not happening, bud. It's not happening. It can't happen too quick. I'm slowing things down. Damn. Ooh, that hurt. I'm slowing things down. I'm slowing all of it down. Well, I don't say that, but I don't know. But yeah, man. Oh, let me get up. Issei, he looks at her as he kisses her deeply. As Kaneko kisses him, they start, just making out. As Kaneko says, wait. As Izuku says, no, I get it. As she says, are you sure? she looks at him and says, are you sure? As Konoko says yes. Issei says yes. As he rolls over to the side and says, thanks, Konoko. And she looks at him and says, thank you, Issei. And she kisses his cheek and rolls over to him. Now, time skip to where they wake up. As Issei wakes up to screaming. As Ria says, I thought I told you he can't be here anymore. What the hell are you thinking, Konoko? Bringing him in behind my back in my peerage, my home. As Ria's, she smacks the shit out of Konoko. I'm not gonna cap. Smacks the shit out of her. As Issei sings this, that man, look, ain't he? Issei, he's up now. As Konoko starts trying to punch her. As Ria says, your punches don't hurt me. As, she smacks Konoko down and says, I haven't given one of these beatings in a minute. Maybe it's time for you to go back in your place. As, now, I don't mean beatings as like she be abusing Konoko, but sometimes Konoko do be testing Rias, and Rias don't be going for that shit. But this time, Konoko, she just wants to be with Issei, and Rias won't allow that, and she type shit. You get me? I know y'all get me. Y'all feel me? Anyways, let's keep it pushing. 9:19. Alright, bet. Probably is motherfucker like 9:20. So this last little minute, fuck with y'all. I ain't gonna do that. Yeah. But anyways, Issei, he says, he looks at her as Konoko flies back. No. She started punching Rias. Yeah. And Rias smacks her down, and she's about to stop Konoko as Issei comes. His wings aren't white anymore, as he has 12 wings on each of his backs. He has 24 wings in total, 12 on each side. As he has 12 wings on each of his you already said that, but yeah. As he says, he looks at her as his eyes are still white, but that's not an angel. And she looks at him as he has horns on top of his head. As she looks at him and says, "You're Nephalem." As he say, he's just choking the shit out of Rias as Rias is trying to cast magic, as it's not even phasing Issei. Like Rias is trying to do all she can as she screams her brother's name. As when she screams his name, the same spell that Rias put on, Issei put on Konoko. Konoko put on her brother. Her brother put on Rias. So yeah. So and Rias said it would scream. So she, Surge X came instantly as he seen that his sister was being choked by Issei. As he says, unhand her now. Before you start a war you don't want to start. As Izuku drops her, as he looks at him and says, "You lucky I still have control." As she breathes in and he sighs as his wings have become that nice golden white color, as he has 8 wings now instead of 12. He doesn't have any more horns, as he has a halo above his head. I'm not sure if I said that in the last part, but he do got a halo. As Issei says, "You're lucky." As he picks Konoko up, and she's crying. Well, I should make everybody fucking cry. That's pussy. She picks Konoko's up, and she's knocked the fuck out. Let me say that. That's better. She's knocked the fuck out. Rias just slapped the shit out of her, and that just shook her mind like 3 times each, north, south, and west. Fuck east. That bitch was knocked out the picture. But yeah, he just smacked the shit out of her. But yeah. He looks at her as Konoko's still bridal style. As he says, even if we did start a war, I'll do what I did last time. And she smirks and says, but my mom wouldn't like that. And as Serzek says, fuck you, issei, I hate you. And she said, why is that? As he says, oh, it's because I killed the pretty little boy of yours. As P is triggered, like Buddy's mad at him, bitch. Now as Riz, now everybody can sense his power rising. As when someone says that Serzek isn't, what the hell, who pissed him off? As they all looked at each other and says the only person who would ever think about that is as they all. Now Serzek's now unknown to everybody. Azazel still hasn't found issei. Still looking for him. But issei now I wouldn't they all scream his name, but they're all three in different places. As they all teleport there. All the three faction leaders, the angels, the devil, the two other faction leaders, the fallen angels. They teleport there as they see issei. As he says, issei says, I dare you to test me. As, I gotta do some math real quick. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It's 4, right? Yeah, it's 4. 4 more wings come out his back. As he has 12 now on each side. As, Serzek has never seen this form. As he says, you have more wings. As he says, I dare you to. As he says, issei, stand down now. As he looks at Michael. As he says, what the hell? As he looks at her and says, and what if I don't? As she winds her eyes. As she says, none of you can stop me. Especially, as he points at Azazel, he says, especially you. You have no power over me. I'd kill you in an instant. As Azazel says, I didn't even say anything. He's like, damn, kid. As issei chuckles and says, you're still here a minute you want to die. Now, I know I'm making Izuku down there, I don't even want to say that, but I said Izuku, fuck it. I'm going to change the script. Issei. I know I'm making it, I don't even want to say that no more. Issei. My bad, y'all. Issei. He says you better power down. He looks at Serzek as he says you might want to power down, Serzek. As Michael says, Serzek, calm down now. As after a while, he says he taunts me every day. He taunts me about as he falls down. And by the way, he says he teleported away. As he falls down, as tears start falling. As he says he killed my son. As he says that wasn't him, and you know it. That was, as he said, he screamed, shut up. I want to hear it. I don't want to hear it from you anymore. You made that demon of a child. He's an arrogant, cocky, strong demon, and you made him. As all the three faction leaders are together, as he says, Hazel says, we need to kill him. We need to kill him now. If you don't, he'll be the death of all of us. He'll be the death of the whole goddamn world, the whole universe. As he says, the entire galaxy. As he says, if he ever, Michael, he says, I gained some information. As they look at her and says, what is it? As he says, God, check the scales, the power scales again. And issei he keeps rising for some reason. His power won't stop growing. As issei, he said, I'm pretty sure he still do got Drake too. Yeah. I said that, yeah. And he says, plus with Drake, he's unstoppable. We'd have no chance of killing him. As Hazel says, who said we had to kill him? As, he says, as Michael looks at him and says, even though he is my son, he still poses a threat to everyone, all of humanity. We need to get rid of him, as Hazel. There is no, we can't, as Hazel says, why don't we just imprison him in the realm, in the void with Great Red? He won't even be an orifice. Oh, should I make this a harem? Chronicle and orifice? I feel like that'd be good. Because Orpheus dominate, issei dominate Orpheus into submission type shit. Because she is strong as fuck. I think I'm going to do that. I don't know, I might. It depends on how I'm feeling. You feel me? Depends on how I'm feeling. As issei, he's with Konako. No. Actually, no. I'm going to go to that shit. Let's get back to them. Are you kidding me? As Michael says, imprisoning him with Great Red, that's a death sentence. I don't want my son dead. I want him, as Cersei says, as he coughs up blood, saying, now, wait, no, he don't cough up no damn blood. What the fuck am I talking about? I'm just talking. He coughs up blood. Fuck, I said it again. He coughs as he says, you said you just wanted your son dead a minute ago. Now you want him alive. Make up your damn mind. As Rhea stands up, as she says, it's just her motherly instincts. She wouldn't want her son dead. No one would. No one, like, as she says, even the most dangerous, even Cocoville's mom didn't want him dead. She had hatred for him, but that was still her son. She couldn't bear to see him die. As Michael looks at her and says, by the way, how is she? I haven't talked to her in a while. As, he says, she has actually been pretty well, and I think she can help you with your little task. As they all look at her and says, imprisoning him in the dimensional gap. As he says, yeah, I've talked to her, and she keeps rambling on about it, how she can teleport things there and teleport many fragments back. Maybe. As they all look at her, and she says, has she ever teleported a human there? And she says, yeah, she teleported Cocoville before. As as they say, how the hell did he did he come back? As she says she can teleport things out too, remember? As he says, but fragments. I thought they meant like little. As she says, no, if she has no focus from what I've heard from her, then she can teleport bigger things. But teleporting there is easy. It's just a teleporting back part that puts a strain on her body. As they all look at Rhea as saying, as they all look at each other and says, if we can capture, you say somehow by some miraculous miracle, as they all look at each other as they say, we must devise a plan. As they all, I ain't gonna forget, actually no, they said we all must devise a plan. As they all nod their head, as Michael says, we might as well meet. We might as well start here. As they all say, it's getting late, and let's go back and we'll talk about this. As Hazel says this, by the way, we can come back like tomorrow and talk about it. As and he says, and he looks at Sir Eric and says, and he needs to calm down. As he picks him up, he tells him to chill type shit. Now let's go to the Konako and Issei. As Issei is just sitting there in the tree. He's sitting in a tree house that he made when he was a little boy. as you know, that was his runaway spot for when he got angry. As you know, he looks at her, Kanako, and she's just crying, saying, "I'm sorry. If I was there just a little bit earlier, maybe I would have." As she hugs him and says, "Issei, I'm not dead, you idiot." As she looks at him and she says, "Well, I can't die that easily." As Issei, he looks at her as she says, "Stop crying, you big baby." As she kisses him. And that's where I'm gonna end up. Nah, I'm fucking with y'all. Let's go going for like a little bit more. A little bit longer. Wait, they won't even know. Okay. Yeah. It's not even 9:19. I'm looking at this. Is a screenshot I took. It's not even 9. This is a screenshot. Okay, it's 9:52. All right. Anyways, Issei looks at her as he says, "Kanako, die." As you know, Kanako kisses him before he can say it. As she breaks the kiss. As saliva drops. As she says, "Issei, I think I fell in love with you." And that's where I'm gonna end it off. See, like, that was the better ending than I was finna do, man. That was the better ending than I was finna do. Thank y'all, man. I'm back, man. Honestly. I didn't think I was gonna be back, but yeah, I'm back. So, yeah. Wait. That's a crazy coincidence. That say 9 p.m. and this say 9 p.m. That's crazy. But yeah, I'll catch y'all in another video. I'm probably gonna make part 2 of the anti-hero Issei. Well, I'm probably not gonna continue that one. I didn't like how I did it. So I'm probably gonna make something else. Like, delete it. And I probably won't delete it, but I'll just, because if people want more of it, I'll make more of it. But I'm not gonna make no more of that. But if y'all want some more of that, then I got y'all. But if y'all don't, then I'm not doing that shit. But yeah, I'll probably make another what if in about like an hour or something. Depending on how I'm feeling. But yeah, I'll catch y'all in another video, man. And there will be, oh yeah, by the way, if y'all be playing Roblox, go ahead and add me on there. And if y'all be playing like Warzone, bro, if y'all be playing Warzone, add me on there too. Just like type in the comments if y'all do. But like, fam, y'all cannot be ass, fam. Like, I do not play with ass people on Warzone. Like, I'm a dog and I do not play with shits. Like, I'm a big dog. I don't play with little dogs. I play with other big dogs, top notches. But if y'all cold, just hit me up and we'll play together type shit. I'll catch y'all later. And I do not have a mic. So yeah, I'll catch y'all niggas later, man.